Hey guys, welcome back to another video guys. I have a question I want to ask immigrants in Canada. The question is, are you okay? How are you doing? It's a very legitimate question guys, and I'm asking this question because I genuinely want to know, how are you doing? Sometimes we don't talk about the psychological effects migrating to Canada can actually have on one's mental health. And believe me, moving to Canada is not for the weak-hearted. It's not for the faint at heart. You have to be very strong. And people don't really understand how much it really takes to really move to a new country, especially to Canada, where there are so many cultural differences and nuances that you have to get used to, accustomed to, especially the immigration changes and all of them things there that can just take a massive toll on one's mental health. So I'm asking the question, how are you guys really doing? Drop it down in the comment section guys. I want to know, how are you guys doing? I'm asking this question as a result of a conversation that I was having with Nats. You can tell we probably talk a whole lot together. And the conversation was the fact that it's really hard. We have been here for coming up on 6 years now, and things are not easy. Things are not easy. When we were back in Jamaica, we used to hear the saying that, listen, foreign on a bed of rose. But we never really understand what it really meant until actually we are the ones who are in it right now, and things are not easy. A lot of times people think that, okay, then once you move to Canada, things are gonna be okay overnight and everything is gonna be good and everything is gonna be rosy. But it is a journey. It is our journey, guys. It is a road. And not everybody can manage the road. It's not everyone can really manage the road and do what it really takes. A lot of persons have to leave their family and their friends and their assets behind, come to a new country just in pursuit of a goal, just in pursuit of a better life, just in pursuit of trying to create a better future for our kids. I say it oftentimes, I didn't know I was black before coming to Canada. So many microaggression exists in the country. So many cultural differences exist. So many feelings of loneliness, feelings of isolation, feelings of depression, feelings of anxiety. Many of these feelings that you don't really even understand it. And over time, eventually you get to figure out that this is why you're feeling the way you're feeling. But like back home, like oftentimes the majority of persons don't have these feelings. But as an immigrant, so many immigrants, especially new immigrants, often face these feelings. And there's no outlet oftentimes. Oftentimes, other immigrants don't really care what you're going through. So you can't even go to another immigrant and say, oh, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, because they're also focusing on their own immigration journey, their own, survival. And can you really blame them? Because it's a country that you have to be on your P's and Q's. So many persons lose relationships after moving to Canada, like just the fact that you end up in a hustle and a bustle where you just have to be grinding. You're working. And you have friends back home who you used to probably talk to every day. They're calling you, sometimes them can't get you, and then it just causes a drifting relationship and like over time you guys end up not even being friends anymore. A lot of times people lose friends, lose family members just as a result of moving to Canada. And these things have a mental toll on many of us, right? And the question is, how are you guys doing? Immigration changes is another one. As a temporary resident, I remember there were times when I couldn't even sleep. There are times when I felt like I have high blood pressure. There are times when I just felt like the lowest of the lowest, because you want things to work out, but sometimes you don't see, sometimes you don't know how things are gonna work out, especially because you pretty much give up everything to put your eggs in this basket, which is this Canadian dream. A lot of persons sell their asset, they have the funds and use the funds, they're here starting over. So oftentimes going back is not an option. Oftentimes going back home is not an option, because you already made the commitment to come to Canada. I already made the commitment that this is what we're gonna do now as a family, as yourself, whatever the case may be, and there's nothing to go back home to. And then you come here and you realize that things are not as easy as what you think it's gonna be, and it's really tough. Immigration can be such a journey. And it's not for the weak of heart. It's not for the weak of heart. So I want you guys to drop in the comment section for me if you guys have experienced anything that I'm speaking about, or if you're currently going through it. How do you manage it? How do you mitigate it? How do you mitigate it? How do you mitigate it, guys? Right? One of the things that cause me personally to feel stressed so many times is there's no room for failure. Right? You know, when you're back in your home country, if you do something, if it don't work, you fail, that's okay. You can always just bounce back and go again. Which is the right thing to do, which is the right thing to say, but it's like almost like when you're here in Canada, there's like almost no room for failure. There's like, you don't feel like you have that luxury of failing. It's like anything you do has to work. It has to work, because many times as a temporary resident, it like whatever that thing working out, your immigration journey is oftentimes attached to it. As an international student, you can't fail. There's nothing, you can't fail. If you fail something, that can be your status. That alone is stressing of itself. As a temporary foreign worker, you can't afford to get fired. I was talking to a friend of mine, I'm not going to call her name, but she came up on an LMIA. Her LMIA is expiring in another couple of months. Her boss gave her assurance that he's going to do the extension. And then 2 or 3 months before it expires, which means that now, December, she was going to the boss. The boss is giving her a cold shoulder, shouting at her, all of these things. Like almost she has to like that be running back at this guy just for him to do something that he promised. Extend the LMIA. Her family is here with her 2 kids who have been integrated into the society. Her husband have a good job. But because this boss man basically not being true to him word, she is so stressed right now. Can't sleep at night time. Like literally going through panic attacks, having anxiety here, there, and everywhere. And it's hard. It's really hard. So if you guys are seeing this video right now, just know that migrating to Canada is not for the faint of heart. It's not for the weak. It's not for the weak, guys. It's not for you have to be strong. You have to be firm. You have to be firm. You have to be willing to go through the struggles. You really have to be willing to go through the struggles, because there are times when you're just gonna feel like you literally just can't take no more. There's gonna be times when you feel like, yo, this is the worst decision that you have made, and you just don't know what to do, because things are not always gonna be in your hands. It's gonna be in an employer hand. It's gonna be in other person's hands rather than your hands, and that's the worst thing when you're trying to do things for your future, because it's not up to you. If it was up to you to just walk over there and pick it up, and your road might be rocky, at least it's up to you and you're gonna walk over there and you're gonna get there. But when you're waiting on somebody to come and give you a drive, for example, to take you over there or to lift you up over there, that is where it gets tricky, because now you're relying on somebody else to actually make that journey possible for you. And that is where the stress comes in. The stress comes in. And a lot of you guys as well as immigrants, you guys know what I'm talking about, you know. You guys know the struggles that we have been through. You guys know the journey. But yet still you guys are not willing to give a helping hand to a new immigrant, knowing what they're going through. Instead, we come with the crab in a barrel mentality, and we try to hold our brothers and sisters back, rather than just making them journey a little bit easier than what our journey is. We instead try to compete with these people who are new, instead of offering some form of support, advice, collaborate, or just be a shoulder for those persons to talk to lean on, and be a person who they can talk to get their frustrations out, because it's not easy. It's really not easy. So if you know a new immigrant and you're seeing this video, make a decision right now just to connect with them, reach out with them, and just to check on their well-being. Because let me tell you this, it's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy. It's not easy at all, guys. It's not easy, right? I just wanted to just have a conversation with you guys to know that, listen, if you're thinking of moving to Canada, no, it's not easy. And if you're here and you're going through the struggles that I'm talking about, try to find somebody to connect with. And if you can't find nobody, send me an email. My email is in the video description. Send me an email, right? Because your mental health is the most important thing. And Canada will definitely drain your mental health to the ground, to the floor. to the floor, literally, right? Take care of yourself. Take care of yourself. Do something fun. Take your mind off of immigration every now and again, which is hard. But try your best to just do something fun outside of the norm to take your mind off of it a little bit, right? That's my advice to you guys. If you guys haven't subscribed already, subscribe to the channel. Take a second to subscribe to the channel, please. If you understand what I've mentioned, smash a like on the video and leave a comment. Alright guys, I'll end it right there. See you guys in the next video.